Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Kelly. So, one of the biggest things that I have been getting as of late as requests are people messaging me to do fairies. So, I was thinking, because I can't, for me to go message everybody back, like, well, what kind of fairy do you think you want to do? Like, what kind of fairy? There's so many different fairies. There's like the manga kind of fairy, like a childlike fairy. There's, fairies in general. There's sideway fairies. I mean, there's just so many different ways to do, as if you're drawing somebody. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, do y'all want a 3/4 face fairy? Do you want a straight on face fairy? Do you want this or that or the other? So what I decided is I'm going to do a basic fairy. And then I'd appreciate it if you guys down below would write what kind of fairy you would like me to do in my next fairy video. I'm going to try to make this as very basic as I can. So for everybody who wants to learn and do their own fairies can follow very simplistically, because this is going to be simple. And then you can add your own kind of gig to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, can make it like this, do that, your colors, blah, 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 blah. But this is just going to be a straight on face fairy, very easy. And like I said, then we'll go from there. If you want it to be more of a pixie fairy-like kind of thing, or, I mean, I can go on and on and on. I love, so that's what I think I'm going to do. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm using my Bristol paper. Look, I don't tell you anything that I don't think that would benefit you, but, I love my mixed media art journal. I love my mixed media paper that I get. I love watercolor paper. I love it all. But Bristol has become, and I have quite a few Bristols, like my favorite thing to draw on lately. The paper is much thicker, but what I like about it is I'm starting to make stuff to sell at my shop. And I have a couple of the things that I've already drawn and everything on there. But sorry, I'm going to now. But to sell, I'm going to start doing on canvases and all that kind of thing. I keep it as cheap as I can. I did realize today that on the site that I sell on, which is madeitmyself.com, and I'll put the link below, that you can have an option that you can offer something. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I put everything basically up for 15 bucks, but it depends. You know what I mean? Maybe you only have $12 that you can spare and that you would pay that. So I don't know. I'm debating on how to go about doing that. And I got tons of jewelry I'm getting up, and all kinds of paintings and stuff I'm doing. So I'm going to get on with the fairy, and then I got some, maybe I'll do another vlog after this just to catch these up on a bunch of stuff. And here we go, if this would quit going in and out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to give the fairy, and I'm using a mechanical pencil, I'm going to give her like some cleavage here. All right, so we're just going to do like an M, and I'm not measuring, and this is going to be a very loose interpretation just for you to get the idea of how to start, where to start, and then, like I said, y'all let me know. Well, you know what? I want it to be more of a, I love dark art, so I love doing me some dark art, but this will get you started, and then you can add your own gig to it. So I'm not going to measure and do all that kind of thing. I'm just going to kind of sketch it out as if you guys are sketching with me. So I just made, it's like like where the cleavage would be. Hello, little boobs right there. And then I'm going to, just take it down, and we're going to give her a waist like that. And then I'm going to make her have, now this is where you can add your own thing in. You can make her have, like, you see what I'm saying? Like all these cool kind of things like that. And then you can go in and even do more. You know what I mean? Now I'm drawing kind of sideways because, my hands and the way I sit, and I'm weird. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, maybe like Shazam out of the ocean or something. I don't know. But So you can do it like that. You can do it like, all right, you can do it like that. Let me erase, and it'll be easier to show you than to try to explain it, because me explaining things, sorry if the camera's moving, because I'm moving the table because I'm erasing. And that happens. Now I love doing them that way, but not everybody has to dig doing it that way. So what you can do is you can do, just kind of bring down your dress, so to say, right? And just kind of draw it like this. And then you can go back in. Now we know this is going to be her waist. So we're just going to put a little line here to kind of let us know, like, that's her waist kind of thing. And then you can go in and you can make cuts, like make a line here and make this go up and make it very shaggy looking in a sense. Like that there's all these different lengths of her skirt, and you can put them anywhere. All right, and then we'll go over here, and you can bring down one here, and then you can bring one down, like, do you see what I'm saying? And you can just make it as random as you want, so it looks like it's a very, you know, very stringy kind of. I mean, I'm not really fussy over these kind of things because I think it all will come together. You're just practicing. You're just learning. Who cares? You know. And you just kind of go put in so it's all pieces. And then you see, like down here, for instance, I don't want that little corner down here because I want it to be, maybe this will make you understand a little bit more because me explaining this is not, but you see how it just looks like it's pieced? Like it's all brought together into like these pieces. You know, and like right here you can have it, and then this one can go down to here, and then you can, and then you just continue to go in and fill it in so it looks like it's like a, like a scrap skirt, like when we were little and used to roll our hair in the in old rags to get the curly hair. Yes, I did that even though I have curly hair. Let's not talk about my childhood, shall we? All right, but so you see, I mean, it's easy, and if you don't want to do something like this, and you can see it looks very cool, and once you continue to fill it in, which I'm not going to waste your time watching me fill it in, unless my OCD kicks in like it is right now, and then we continue, and then, you know what I mean, then you can take some of this away, like that line at the bottom that we drew, the square line, and you'll then start to see, you'll do better than me when you erase it, of course, but then you'll start to see where the dress kind of starts getting its gig. You know what I'm saying? Like a rag dress. Real cute. So I'm just going to leave this like this for now. And remember, when you draw, you know, these are the bottoms. So, you know, the bottom of the skirt. So you can bring this part up here. You know, I like it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm like, you know, ooh, I like this better. Ooh, I like that better. Who the heck knows with me? And I think with most of you, who the heck knows with you? Depends on your mood. Depends on what your body feels like doing. Depends on like what you feel like doing. But I just lost my last piece of lead. Oh no, okay. I thought it was my last piece. I gotta find my good mechanical pencil. I cannot find it. I need a number 7. I cannot find. Cannot find. So anyway, so here we are with the dress done. Okay, fun. All right. Okay. Then you can go and do whatever you want in here. Now listen. You can go in and put stamps or texture or draw beautiful flowers, and we'll get to that in a minute. So now let's do, which a lot of people have a hard time with, are the wings. Now, I'm not going to torture you with exact measurements right now of, you know, do this, do that. But what I'm going to have you do is take a ruler, and if I had a ruler, this is what I do. Okay, I have a ruler. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you know what, I think I want my wings to go, well, it'd be nice if I put it the right way. I want my wings to kind of not go above this line. And I'm just going to draw that see that line right there? Just so I kind of have an idea. So I'm going to start like right here, and I'm going to kind of sketch up, and sketch light, don't push hard, you know, and then give her like that and make her have a real fat, like, I want it to be a little better than that. give it like a point, and then like a little scoopers, and then bring it down and out. Now, what you can do, you can take it and you can continue it here, but we want it to be kind of more fairy-like. So I'm going to kind of do it like that, bring it in, and then bring her down this way, give her another point, and then kind of bring it up. Now, you can see down here, let me lift this up. Yeah, you can see down here it's not as smooth as up there. So that, no big deal. You know, I just erase that little, like, you know, you want to have a little, you want to have movement, as we say. Okay, so there is our first wang. And then we're going to do the same thing over here, and I probably won't have enough room, but I'm just going to kind of judge it. Like I said, you kind of have, now you can also, which is a really good idea, is you can also take your ruler and put it at the top of the wing that you drew and just do a little light marking over here so you can see how high to take this over on this side, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? I don't know. But yeah, it does. In Kelly's world. And then you can see, you can go like this. And I'm kind of going off the paper. That's one thing I've not mastered yet, is not going off the paper. And then we just bring it around. And you make your paper have, you know, have enough. And I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring it down. You can also do your line down here. So we kind of have, and if you don't want to draw a line, just put your ruler there. But I know that I'm going to go here. And I'm going to have my point. See, I want my point to go the other way. Just hang on there a minute. Swear to God. And I'm on no more. I'm only on one morphine a day now. So I'm sorry, I laugh at myself. So I want it to go like this. So I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to give it a point. And then I'm going to bring it back up. And that's kind of where she's going to be. Okay, so I'm sorry. I got, if I don't concentrate on one thing, we all know me. All right, and I want this a little fatter. So I'm just going to bring it up like that. So there we go. So we have her wangs, okay? She has her wings. Look at how cute. Now, when you go to do this in a sense of, which I did not do because I was just so excited to make a video, because I haven't made a video in a while and I've not been feeling well. And but I wanted to sit here and I'm cleaning my art room and I want to do so many things. And here I am doing so many things. So this is kind of where we're at. Now, here's what you do. You can look at this wing and see that, look, oh, that's not as, that's wider than this side. And look, everybody, I don't give a shit who you are, what you say, who they say what, whatever, whatever. Everybody erases. You don't just sit down and draw and be like, that's great, I'm awesome. You erase. People erase. It's not a sin, right? Even though I don't believe in sins, but you know what I'm saying? People, you know what I mean? We'll just do it like that and kind of, it's okay to erase. We are people who erase. Now I put a little extra little poopers there. See that little thing right there? So then I'm going to kind of go over this way and maybe do another little, and it'll just be like an indentation and give her another, it just gives another bit of interest to the wings, if you see what I'm saying. Now, let's go for the neck. Now, obviously, I'm going to erase my lines. Sorry if my camera shakes. Okay. So there I am. And now we're going to do, we can do the legs. And the legs can be, you know, I always just do the cute little, we'll make them together. I just kind of go like this. And then like this. And you make sure you make them even, whatever. If you don't make them even, who gives a shit? You're practicing, you're learning. Quit beating yourself up. It's art. We have erasers. You know, now I made that too skinny. What the heck's wrong with me? You see what I'm saying? I'm erasing. You know, and honestly, it's not that big a deal. And then we can put shoes on her. We can do whatever. But right now, we're just getting the basic of that. So now we go up to this section, which is her top section. And I'm going to give her neck. Okay, so she got a neck. And you want to do your normal, how do you say? We want her to have a skinnier. I'm not going to do a, now, okay, here's another way that you can do things. If you want her to have like a nice round circle face, then you can go and you can draw a nice round circle face. You trace something and look how fancy. She has a fancy circle face. Okay, and you raise, you know, because I don't trace anything with perfection. Because I'm not a very good tracer, obviously, as you can tell. But you can see she has this cute little face. Now, let's say you don't want a round circle face. Let's take and erase this bottom line right here. And let's kind of go in with our pencil or pen or whatever you're drawing with and make it more of a pointed chin, which I love. And you just lightly sketch it. Don't push real hard. Okay, so then, and then just make her face, see what I'm doing? A little bit more oval, because their faces can be oval. Could be whatever you want it to be. Circle. And then we want this to be like that. And then you just make her have like a chin, and you can, you know, line it up with her cleavage or whatever. I'm just trying to show you as quickly as I can without keeping you here for 6 hours. So we have our little face. Now, do you have to do this? You don't have to. You can leave her, you know, with nothing. You know, that goes her face and all. But I'm just going to do a very light line there so we can see her chin, okay? And that's no big deal. Now the eyes. Oh, the eyes. The eyes that you can do are whatever kind of eyes you really like. Now, you know, I kind of rock the lines going down. And I'm going to rock the lines going this way. And I'm going to rock it here, rock it there, rock it everywhere. All right. So I'm going to put in her face. Now, what kind of eyes do we want to give her? Do we want to give her close eyes, far away eyes, big eyes, small eyes? It's your picture. Do whatever the hell you want. And I'm doing this big because I want y'all to like see it and like get it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to show you something else with the wings when we're done. But like I said, if you're very anal or very OCD or and I know a lot of us are, mine, you know, my OCD runs wild and crazy. You can definitely mark, okay, this is where I'm going to start my, you know, thing with my, this going in, and it's going to go like here and now start to go there. I mean, you can really plan it out so everything's perfect. As I always say, I ain't in for perfection. I'm in to have fun. So I'm just saying. So do we want her to have big eyes, small eyes? I don't know. Let's just give her cute little eyes. And I'm just going to give her that little there and that little there. All right. I'm not going to sit here and worry too much. Are they even? Are they not even? I don't know. I'm just trying to show you. And then do her other part of her eye underneath there. And do her other part of her eye right there. I like the lines because then you get that that nice corner. Do you see what I'm saying? Because then when you go from this one to up to this one, when they meet, you have a nice sharp corner in the corner, at the corner of the eyes. Now you can see I made this little eyelid a little bigger than I should have. It's okay. Nobody cares. And then let's work on her little eyes. So I'm going to give her little eyelids. Okay? And that's just taking it corner to corner. Then I'm going to just erase that little line inside as my guideline. All right? And I'm going to give her, just make her have some eyeballs. Again, your own style. It does not matter. That eyeball is a little small. That eyeball's small. She's rhyming. She's rhyming and drawing and drawing and rhyming. Beastie Boys. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. So, and then you'll put in, always remember when you're drawing. Always, always, always remember that your pupil is always in the middle of the eye. I don't care if she's looking up, down. Look at yourself in the mirror and watch when you like turn your eyes to the side. No matter, you know what I mean? Like the pupil doesn't change. Like you wouldn't put, like if she's peeping over this way, you wouldn't put her pupil like over here necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Like the pupil always is in the middle of the eye. In whatever way you want. Now, some people would put the pupil in the middle of the eye, like so it's a full pupil. You can definitely do that. I do up here, and I just do my little circle pupil. I'm going to do my little circle pupil up here. Now, I use my green, you know, my green drawing thing that I love. I love using that, and I use that when I'm really going, you know, I'm drawing something to help me get like the circle straight and all, you know, but you don't have to. So now let's go to her little cute little nose. We have our line here for her nose. You can do the plain, simple this for her nose. If that's all you can do because you're not comfortable doing noses, do a nose like that. All right? You can then go on from that and give her little nostrils. And this is just the basic fairy, okay? We can go on. I love dark. I'm going to do a dark fairy one day too because I love me some dark fairies. So, and then you can bring her nose up a little bit. See how you do that? And then we can go in and we can take these lines off here and around the eyes. Okay. Give her a little. All right, so now we're going to go for her mouth. And you can see where the middle of the line is here. And that's where we're going to put a little lip dip right there. Go up. Go up. Again, you can use your... Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me show you the trick that I do sometimes. If I know that my hands are like wicked bad and I can't do something. I like to do the circle. And then the circle touching. We have two circles touching. And then underneath, I like to do an oval. All right, so this is what we've got so far. And you can make these any size that you want. If you're working smaller than this, bigger than this, larger, whatever. Now you see this? So what we're going to do is I'm going to trace the outsides. So here we go. And then this is here. And then I'm going to go here and trace that and then go down here and then follow this. So once I do that and I erase, and it doesn't matter, I always erase anyway, but you can erase and then you'll be able to go right back over. You can see then when you do the lips, you get a better... I have a video on this where it's explained much better than I just did. But then we have our mouth and we have our little lip dip and we're good. And what's nice too is that you can go in and you can give her a little smile with that line there. Okay? And now we'll just add her little eyebrows. Oh, it's just little eyebrows. Okay? And what's fun, like I said, you can do this bigger or smaller. It doesn't matter. And I look at it and say, no, I'm not digging that oval of a face, like that pronounced chin. So I'm just going to give her a regular little face. All right? And we just have, right now, we just have our face. Like I said, no big deal. You can just go in straight too if you don't want to do a lip dip. Doesn't matter. So now we have hair. Hair can be anything you want it to be. Hair can be, you can make her have like really cool like pieces of hair coming down and giving them like, you know what I mean? Make them very almost dreadlocky looking and then bring them in between. Hair for me, like if I was going to cut this out and put this on a canvas, right? Then we'll give her some dreads going this way. I would not do the hair until I got her on the canvas, but that doesn't mean that's what you have to do. So I'm just going to do this like this. And then we'll start the hair going down this way. She just has crazy wild hair. Just like I do. And you erase these lines. You could erase these lines before you went to do that, but. And then you just keep adding. It's a crazy ass hair. Doesn't matter, it sticks out. She's a fairy. You want her to be pretty? Give her pretty hair. You see what I'm saying? She's just crazy. Crazy wild. This is my alter ego. The crazy fairy hair. And like I said, you can play and you can go on with it. It doesn't matter. You can give her a crown. You can do whatever you want. So, I hate when the feet don't. That's another like I said, I use my ruler and then I just so I kind of know where I'm at to get them as even as I can. And then you'll just bring it in and then you'll see you'll have it uneven anyway. There you go. So you get that. So you can play with that and everything like that. Okay. So, you see kind of where we're at? Wait, I gotta close this. It's getting on my nerves. Oh my God. Never mind. Just shrink. Thank you. Okay. Too many windows open. I thought I closed them all. Apparently, I did not. So you see where we're at? So we have this great fairy face. And it took me, I mean, you know, like I said, I didn't measure and do all the fun shit, but this is a basic. And like I said, you can do any kind of dress that you want to do. You don't have to do like this. You can, you know, you can just make it like, you know, here we go again. I just like showing you guys different things because I know when people, oh my God, I think I spit on my paper. I did. And then when I went to wipe it, I smeared the graphite. Yup. Yeah, boy. All right. If you don't want to do any fancy schmancy kind of dress, you know, leave it square. Can you spare a square? All right. I'm going to turn this back for a memento. And I'm going to kind of break my lead that I was using. I really got to finish cleaning this room. I got some done. I want to do a video of my room. I can't, that's something lately that's been like requested more than anything. Like I got to straighten it up. But anyway, so here we have our dress. And we know like, you know, our legs are kind of down here. Just make her have, no, wait, that would be triangle, Kelly. Okay. It would be in because it would be going near. There we go. And then close that in and then near. Okay. So then you can just keep her dressed like this. And then you can proceed to color it, to paint it, to put paper, like, you know, I love taking paper and, you know, scrapbook paper, cutting it out to this, and then gluing it on and doing whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you only have crayons, because my ass just bought crayons the other day, a 64 pack with the built-in sharpener. Yeah, only way to go. Because I love coloring sometimes. I just love not having to get out everything and do everything, but just to sit and color. So, that's the basic of that. Now, can you go on? You sure can. You can go into your wings and just kind of follow your lines, right? You see what I'm saying? And look at what that does. You're being fancy schmancy here. You can go in and add circles or, you know, well, it depends on what kind of fairy you want it to be. And I'm not using a circle. I mean, just do whatever. She can be half a circle there and a circle here, circle there, circle everywhere. And then we'll do circles over here too. And they don't have to match, but it's like a butterfly wing type thing. You know what I mean? It's, you do whatever you want. You can leave it plain. You can leave it without sketching. You can sketch in again and again and again and again. You know, like keep following the outline of what you got there. And then you have like a really cool thing. If you want her hair to be longer, like I can see here, I need to add like some of this. I can bring, you know, some of her hair down onto her dress, her body. You could put on jewelry, put a nice little gemstone here, you know, and do all that. And then you're good to go into color. So if I put this, it's going to be her magic belt. And I'll double it up. And you can put lines. So you don't have to think about being fancy on that. You can just do something so simplistic, you know. And then you can even put little circles in here. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's just those little things that do, you know, what you want to do. Hey, maybe you want her to have some eyeliner. Not eyeliner, what are these called? Eyelashes. So just give her a few eyelashes. Now, that's this Faerie. And I can go on. I mean, you can then, you know, go in here and do whatever you want. Leave it plain so you can pimp this out. The hairs, you know what I mean? You don't have to do this hair. Do any kind of hair. I also get I get so many clay requests, it's crazy. And which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to clean up my area so I have space. I'm also going to be making a fairy out of clay. So we'll be doing that soon. But for now, this is our little fairy girl. And I drew her big so y'all could see. But I mean, it's that simple, is just following it step by step. I did this in a half hour, which, you know, it's not, I'm going to color it black. It's really not that hard. And this is just a basic fairy. I drew her bigger than I normally would. You can, you know, you can draw her this big and you can still cut her out and put her on a canvas like you do. You can draw, I'm drawing upside down, so please don't, I don't want to hear no things. You can draw mushrooms, you know, and then give them mushrooms nice circles on them, you know what I'm saying? That fungi. You can draw mushrooms. You can draw little bees or whatever you want. You can just put her on a background. Like I said, I'll probably put her on a background and tighten some things up on her. But, I mean, look how cute. That's all you have to do. And then you can draw a cool fairy. Not hard at all. It really, really isn't. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to do a, you know, more of a 3/4 face fairy. Or I'm going to be doing a side view drawing for Zoila soon. She had asked for one. And like I said, you know, this is going to be my fairy. And I'll just, like I said, tighten her up and figure out what kind of dress what I want her in her dress and do all that. And you put her on like a beautiful metallic blue background and then you make these colors pop, and you know what I mean? And as you're playing around, because the more you draw it, the better you're going to get, you know. And each time you go to draw it, this is what I suggest. I suggest if you draw something, and it doesn't matter if it's this or anything else, if you are able to make a photocopy of it, you know, my printer, I can throw it through, it makes a copy of it, and that's what I sit and play with. So I can see, oh, what colors I want to do, what I'm going to do with the face, this and that. So I always advise that. I know everybody doesn't have a printer, you know, copy printer that you can just run this through and it'll make a print for you, or a scanner or whatever. Nowadays, you could take a picture on your phone and email it to yourself and print it out. I mean, there's so many different things. So, you know, depends on, like I said, what you want to have her be, you know. If you want her to be darker, you make her more sinister looking. You make, you know, things in red and black, and you know what I mean? So you just kind of play. She's just kind of like a really fun, cute little fairy. And like I said, I'm probably going to do her up on a canvas. And that is it. So any questions, as always, leave down below. Any requests, as always, leave me down below or message me on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're not already, please subscribe. And I'll put my information below. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Pinterest. What else am I on? Facebook. And on Facebook, I have a group called All Things Creative. We have a lot of people in there. It is a very supportive group where we share any type of art that you do, whether it's drawing, mixed media, knitting, crocheting, glass, whatever you do. They're doing swaps over there. They're doing Twinchy and ATC swaps. We have prompts and stuff that we do. We have people ask all kinds of questions about art, you know, and we all share our work and do our thing. So I will put the link down below to friend me on Facebook. And then all you have to do is hit me up with an email and say, hey, can you add me to your group? And also I have knittingandthings.com, which is my website, which I have to get on there and get to do another post. And that's about it. So I hope that this helped you guys, and that you guys tag me with your pictures that you do, that you draw. You know, I love that, love it. And I will see you again. Jesus, I did this in 37 minutes. Yay for me. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and that it made, like, helps you understand a little bit more of where to start. Like I said, I did it big for a reason, because it's easier for y'all to start big and get the idea and get the hang of it, and then we'll start going smaller. And you know what I mean? And again, we'll be doing it with clay as well, making a really cool clay fairy. You can use any kind of clay. You can go use your coupon at Michael's, AC Moore, Joann's, wherever you shop, Hobby Lobby, and get Crayola air dry clay that they have for the kids. You can buy paper clay. You can buy polymer clay. I'll probably use polymer clay. And, you know, and we'll do it step by step and get a really cool fairy out of it, and maybe make a few mushrooms and, you know, add it to our fairy garden. So I will talk to you guys later. And I love you guys. And always remember to be kind to each other, because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And stop fighting for the perfection. Just enjoy the process. That's the whole entire point. And I hope that this helps. And I hope to see you guys tag me with your drawings, because I'm so excited to see what you guys do. And I love you all. And I shall talk to you later. Bye, guys.